Hello and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. While our focus will be on XRP, there is a great deal happening in the crypto space beyond the current banking crisis. And I want to say this, if the person in the White House is working against the American people, it doesn't matter to me whether they are a Democrat or a Republican. I will tell you what is actually going on. This president is not serving the interests of the American people, I can tell you that with certainty. It's not hard to see what's actually going on, and if you were a Republican, I'd be saying the same thing. Currently, the banking system is being consolidated. I care about everyone, therefore if by exposing the truth I can prevent even one person from losing all their money at the bank, then I have done my duty. In case you were wondering, I'm the one who provides. I'm a retail investor in addition to making videos and talking about Bitcoin. Like the rest of you, I have a regular 9-to-5 job, and I put in my time and effort to earn my salary. And I certainly hope you never go broke. If I can stop that from happening, I certainly will. And right now, if you continue to put money in the bank and lose it because you believe the banks, the Treasury, the Fed, and a few politicians, you have only yourself to blame. To save people from losing everything they own, I create these videos to alert them. So PSC Volatility PSC, West Bank Corp, and Western Alliance Bank Corporation all contributed to the suspension of trade in West Bancorp stock. After seeing their stock prices drop by 24% and 20%, respectively, two prominent participants in the US banking industry suspended trading in their securities. But have no fear. When these financial institutions fail, others like JP Morgan will quickly acquire them. This CBDC is the culmination of the chain of events just described. I feel comfortable telling you this because you are probably already familiar with CBDCs. Now, it's something you could give to others. Anyone who can tell what time it is should be going door to door to wake people up. Most people don't know what they are doing. People can grasp the concept of digital ID and CBDC for digital surveillance in this way. This prepares them to recognize the bogus answers to the fabricated problems that will soon arise. In addition, you can resist by visiting cbdc.com/downloads. We all know what a CBDC is, so please download the posters and distribute them as far as possible before it's too late. It's a surveillance system the government plans to utilize to monitor your financial transactions. In the future, your carbon footprint will be monitored. Next, we have Ron DeSantis. After hearing this, I'm reconsidering my support for him. I'm not sure if you're planning to vote for him or not. I thought you might find this interesting, as this is one lawmaker who is discussing the crypto and CBDCS's sinister plot. The sound quality isn't great at the moment. So, hear me out. The risk, in my opinion, lies in the fact that proponents of digital currencies hope to eventually replace all other forms of cash with them. They want to eliminate cryptocurrency, but in my opinion, it's up to the individual to decide whether or not to invest in the market. You'll be okay. They don't like crypto since they can't control it, but you get the picture. Therefore, they propose switching to a digital currency controlled by a single institution. And if they ever get away with it, you can bet that ESG and social credit scores will be added to the mix. And that will significantly curtail Americans' freedom. What we've stated, and will continue to say in Florida, is that they haven't implemented this change just yet. I seriously doubt that Congress would give their approval. But if the Federal Reserve or the Treasury Department tries to impose its will on Florida, we will have a law prohibiting them from doing so. To me, that's protecting your right to financial autonomy and making sure the government doesn't snoop on your every purchase. That's bad on several levels, in my opinion. I appreciate that he gave permission to invest in cryptocurrency. If you're serious about it, go ahead. But then he reveals their sinister plot. They plan to deploy a digital money issued by a central bank to put an end to crypto. Because of this, the SEC, the White House, and a small group of anti-crypto politicians are all working together to stifle the crypto business and prevent any new innovations from happening in the United States. That is their entire strategy. That's why they advocate for a centralized digital currency that would depreciate Bitcoin. They will eventually lose control over crypto. That's why people are so confused and terrified by it, they just don't get it. QFS, there will be no more central banks because of the quantum financial system. Quantum. The deep state is stopped in their tracks by the introduction of quantum finance. Change in world currency. Affirm the strategy. In a previous discussion we had last year, I mentioned that these two systems coexist. And many said back then, you're completely wrong. A quantum-based monetary system is still a long way off. They certainly aren't utilizing that now. However, it seems reasonable to me that both systems will coexist for some time before we switch to digital currency and enter the next phase of the financial system. Thus, the alliance will have completely destroyed the Rothschild central banking system, which was designed by Mayer Amschel Rothschild, 1744-1812, to control the global economy and place the world's population in debt, upon activation of the quantum financial system. Slavery. The truth is that the quantum financial system has been operating independently of the traditional banking system for some years, foiling numerous cabal attempts to hack its way to financial gain. Many alleged bank robbers have been arrested after being caught in the act. Each dollar, euro, and yen in a bank account anywhere in the world could be given a unique digital identifier by this supercomputer, allowing for ultra-precise tracking of financial transactions down to the sender's login details and the recipient's account number in real time. And, as you may recall, I voiced this opinion back then, to much disapproval. Now, what do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comments area below. I believe the two systems have been coexisting for at least a year, and probably longer. This quantum financial system, on the other hand, is revolutionary. Nothing can ever take its place, nothing even comes close. It's really cutting edge. I still made the statement. You can expect crypto to be involved at every stage. Both Democratic Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Republican Rep. Matt Gaetz have filed legislation to prevent members of Congress from trading and holding stocks. That ought to have occurred ages ago. That must never be tolerated. These people go to Washington with barely enough money to buy a cup of coffee, and they leave as millionaires. There's a major flaw in your logic there. Inflation will wipe out the savings of the typical person. It's something I've been emphasizing for some time. Anyone who doesn't like crypto, who trusts in the banking system, in my opinion, is going to lose everything once hyperinflation sets in and the greatest transfer of wealth in history occurs. Also, the new 1% will include anyone who has crypto in their possession. That's how I've felt ever since I made my first purchase of XRP. Hayes argues that governments will have no choice but to inflate away the massive amounts of public debt acquired by the world's greatest economies. Therefore, the only way to protect oneself from the gradual devaluation of fiat wealth is to invest in non-traditional financial assets, such as cryptocurrency, whose purchasing power is unaffected by the rising cost of energy. My primary investment objective is capital preservation, which will allow me to maintain my current energy consumption levels indefinitely, or to increase them if I so want. Therefore, if you invest wisely now as hyperinflation is taking hold, you will still make a lot of money in the future as crypto will have skyrocketed due to the US dollar's devaluation. The good news is that many individuals are becoming aware of the banking crisis right now. They are gradually losing faith in the process. Less money is being deposited into banks because astute investors are shifting their holdings to commodities like gold and silver as well as digital currencies. And at this point, that's exactly where we are. Then there's IBM plan to automate away up to a third of administrative positions. A total of 7,800 positions are created as a result. Plus, right this minute, every industry is conspiring against you. They will replace you with AI if they can figure out how to do it in the future. Keep in mind that AI never calls in sick. It doesn't shut down for the holidays. It's available whenever you need it to be, any day of the year. That's why you should start working on your financial situation immediately. If you lose your job in the future, then what? You can afford to live comfortably until then. Your offspring or grandkids could benefit from it. That's the point of investing, after all. Possible manipulation of the XRP price. Debate erupts over Ripple's meeting with the SEC. Keep a watch out for any repercussions this may have in the crypto space. Now, Johnny Dean has hinted that XRP price may be manipulated. He suspected that the XRP token's price was being artificially inflated. A tweet from Blockchain Daily, a cryptocurrency news outlet, hinted of a meeting between Ripple and the SEC, leading to this assumption. Since we wouldn't know about a meeting between the Ripple and the SEC, I don't think it's happening. It would have taken place, and we would have learned the results after the fact. In matters of such magnitude, they're notoriously cagey with information. Therefore, information about the nature of this rumored meeting remains scarce. Deaton questioned the tweet's veracity, saying it was unusual that the SEC and Ripple lawyers would schedule a meeting so far in advance and then announce it publicly. He insists that agreements can't be reached until a court rules against both parties, and that in this case, everything hinges on what Judge Torres decides. This whole thing boils down to her making a decision, and I just wish she'd make it now. Let's get this issue resolved and on with our lives so we can all benefit from the money at stake. Actionable lawsuit: SEC taking advantage of crypto's legal vagueness. At this time, there is just one thing I want to emphasize. Dean claims that the landmark SEC against Howey decision from 1946 definitively defines what constitutes a security. Nearly a century later, complex digital commerce will take place over crypto-encrypted lines of computer code, something those judges could never have imagined. They didn't know what they were doing, and I still don't think today's technology is ready for the Howey test. This calls for a replacement test, and the Ripple test may be the answer. Several malicious parties are offering token allocation projects in anticipation of Ripple's legal victory, with the intention of stealing the XRP community's money. This information comes from Ledger, which claims a high volume of current fraud and scam activity. Not mentioning this enough, and this is why I keep bringing it up in videos, I really want you to understand how important this moment is. Your crypto needs to be secure at all times. I really want you to achieve independence from your job, so you'll have to. I'm rooting for all of you to make it to the end of the race alongside me. I can't wait to see this place. When those enormous green candles eventually appear, be sure to discuss them. But I also don't want you to lose any crypto along the road. Take it off the market and lock it away. If anything seems too good to be true, it probably is. I keep repeating it in my videos because I truly believe that change is on the horizon. The judge could make a decision at any time. Take that into consideration. The future of enterprise identity, as told by Ripple's CTO. I'd like to include this caveat now. Schwartz further, confirming that Ripple is working on an identification solution that will help businesses comply with international sanctions. Defiant businesses who want to take advantage of the promise of regulations won't use any financial system where there's even a remote chance that they'll unwittingly accept funds from or remit funds to a block company, he argues. So it seems like Ripple is trying to figure out a way to make it easier for enterprise to join the network. This is significant because it is still early in the crypto industry. We were ahead of the curve, having already beaten out private investment and large financial institutions. Yes, it is that early. We have barely scratched the surface. Hold off on buying XRP until its price bursts, until regulations are made clear, and until banks begin using XRP on demand liquidity. By then, you won't be able to get your hands on any cheap XRP. Almost everyone will be priced out of the market quickly. This is why you must take precautions to protect your crypto assets. However, on that note, I will conclude this video for today. Please accept my gratitude for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who has seen my videos. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you in the next one. Bye.